Hello, everyone. I thought I would do a part two to the no fap. These people out here that don't understand what energy is and what masturbation is and what the fluids the body do. And I wanted to give a solution to the problem that people see as sex, as nature, as uh, motherfuckers make me say fap. I can't stand it. Fap, fap, fap. It's so funny. Okay, I don't know if I can do it because I laughed too hard. So the solution to the dilemma that people have with their ability not to cause I touch myself. What's that song? Who says that? Touch myself and I want you to know. Okay. Anyways, it's magic. Go ahead and when you're overcome with the desire to release energy, because your body can only store so much energy. If you have a computer, let me once again, frame this for people so they can comprehend it from whatever brain they're using. If you have a computer system and you only have a gigabyte of memory on it, once you reach that limit, you can't put any more into the system. So it's worthless to do. And so you'd be best off using that and getting out of that memory system something that you want. You can look at that memory system as literally stored up charge or currency. So when you're, coming of age and, 12, 13, 14, whatever, and you could recycle and get energy all the time, but you could never hold on to that energy. It'd be worthless. It's like when you first get a couple dollars in your pocket, it burns a hole in it. It has to, because your system couldn't have that much charge and energy within it. So the buildup of that energy, what you'd want to do as you're older and more advanced in your practices of, whatever your practice is, but thinking that you don't fap for this absurd amount of time, which most people get into this. Once again, people got me saying fap out here. I think that's fucking hilarious. When you don't masturbate, you don't have sex, when you don't um, release your fluidiums, what you should do is go ahead and draw yourself a sigil. If anybody's not familiar with how I make sigils, I have plenty of videos on that. Go to my other channel, Zen Atman, my original channel, not this one. And there's plenty of videos on how to and why and what sigils are about and how they work. And what you wanted to do is use your sexual energy. So you use that sigil because that is something that you want to purchase. That's something you want. That's something you desire. So you'd make a sigil, maybe about a sexual partner, or maybe about maybe you want something new for your house. Maybe you want a new car. Maybe, I don't know, whatever you want. Maybe you need a few bucks. It doesn't matter what it is, but you would use that instead of like watching porn and wasting your semen on someone that you'll never meet and just scatting your shit all over the place and not having any real return on your investment. You would create a sigil and you would use your fluidium and you'd focus onto what that sigil was about, and then that climax would be literally focusing your energy into the sigil. And that amplifies how much you focused on, because even during that moment, that little spot of orgasm, when you're in between the realms, is when you can visualize something to some so high of a degree, because you've lost that whole this is like getting out of body. This is like going to sleep. This is why the French call an orgasm the little death, and sleep is like a death, and it's going in between realms to get what you want. So you're using that stored up energy supply to put it into that. You'll visualize that. Like, why waste it on visualization? I mean, you could think of a woman, but you could also, I mean, dude, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. If I told you I'd give you a $10 million yacht tomorrow with a crew, and you don't got to worry about payment on it, no whatsoever. All you have to do is just stare at a sigil that you've made and ejaculate. You could get a hard on and ejaculate. Could you imagine, like, there's a fucking yacht, you just go wherever you want. You could easily do that. It's see, everything is not so. This is not to say to go start start humping cars or finding boats to fuck or becoming a dendrophiliac or a necrophiliac or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, if you need to, do it. But it's the visualization of something that you want, that you're using that energy to radiate your one of your bodies that you've condensed. You've condensed it into a seed. So you're planting a seed, and thus you're putting it on a piece of paper, and that paper is connected to the tree. So there's the cycle right there. And if you're familiar with sigils, and why. If you're not, go check out my other body of work, the collection I have over at the Zen Atman, ATMAN. Look into my earlier works, look into sigils. There's all sorts of things right around that time you'll notice. And it goes really deep into how and why that all works. So that's what you want to do. Stop thinking you cannot ejaculate. Stop thinking you should not have an orgasm. And that goes for women too. Especially women can cycle their energy even more to get more out of it. It's just harder to explain. I'm not going to do that here. I'll do that another. I'll save that. This is more for a man, even though a woman would use a very similar tactic to get what she wants out of the universe. So there you go. Draw yourself a sigil, ejaculate all over that, and then don't forget, burn that motherfucker. Burn it off into the, or put it into a bottle, or put it into the sea, or bury it, or whatever the fuck you got to do. There's all ways of, because you want to get rid of the sigil, because you don't want the sigil to walk back to it and reconsider. That's not the, no matter what you do with the sigil, if you put blood on it, if you put sweat on it, if you put semen on it, if you put tears on it, if you just make a sigil, you could just make a sigil. You always want to get rid of it, unless it's a really big request, and then you might keep it for a few days and recharge it and recharge it and recharge it. But there's your solution to your dilemma of not fapping. Fucking fapping. Jesus Christ. Mm. So have fun out there. Have fun not jerking off for a few days or a week or however long you need to, and build up that energy, build up that currency, and then use it for, seeding your future. So cheers, guys. Enjoy. And ladies too. We'll talk soon. Stay hard.